Confirm that the suspect for this horrific event is still at large. Dezi Freeman, also known as Philby, a 56-year-old local who is heavily armed, is still at large. I can assure everyone that we are pouring every resource into this search for this person. We must find him. I'll talk more about the community very shortly. What I can also say is that this is not a hostage situation. We have met with and spoken with the suspect's partner and children to ensure that they are safe. I will also like to assure people that we are putting every piece of support around the families of the officers that have passed in this tragic event. I'm fully aware that a number of people know the identity of those officers, those brave and fine officers. We will endeavour to share the names and details of those officers later today. But I think you'll respect the fact that some of them have relatives that are travelling overseas, and we need to be fully assured that they are across the events and also have every support where they are. I'd like to also acknowledge the community of Porepunkah and the wider Bright area. I want to give you assurance that our people, the Victoria Police, and the people we work with, our partner agencies, are there to keep you safe. We have a large team investigating this crime, and we have a large team that are absolutely focused on finding this suspect. All of our specialist resources are there to make this happen. The hunt will continue until we find him. I would also like to thank the public, not just from Victoria, but right across the country, for the support that they have shown Victoria Police. It's quite overwhelming and very comforting to know that the public support our police. We have had messages from the Prime Minister. The Premier's been very vocal. All of my Commissioner colleagues from Australia, across the country and across the ditch have sent messages of support. My last message, as well as assurance to the community of Porepunkah and the wider area, is to be vigilant, keep yourselves safe. Please don't go outside if you don't need to. We will do everything to find this heavily armed individual. But if you see anything that arouses your suspicion and you think we need to know, please ring 000 and tell us immediately. If you see anything untoward, or if you suspect any other crimes that may be related to this person, please call us on that number. If you have intelligence around this matter or background, please ring Crime Stoppers. But please contact us as soon as possible. I'll take questions.
How are the family that presented last night?
The family are distraught, as you can imagine, but we'll put every support around those good people. Our officers come to work every day to keep their communities safe. We always live with the knowledge that the worst could happen, but we don't expect it to.
I know you don't want to go into too much detail about the victims in this case, but can you say whether or not they are serving officers to that local community or not?
Some are. I won't go into the details immediately, but we're very focused on ensuring that we can share those details with the public later today.
If they are close by as part of those community members, obviously this is a very tight-knit community, how much of an impact is that, not just on the family, but broadly the community in general?
This will have an ongoing impact on that community. and we want to give every support to those people. We are there for them.
Sounds like the partner of Mr Freeman and children, did they hand themselves in, arrive at a police station, or did police go and visit them in a location?
We understood where they were, and we invited his partner to a police station where we've spoken to her. We've also met with the children just so we can cite them and make sure they're safe.
We understand they didn't necessarily go willingly with police?
I think the partner did go willingly to the police station to meet with us.
Is it possible the suspect has fled interstate?
Anything's possible. We don't have any information to suggest that's happening or has happened, but we are open to every scenario. We have mitigations and plans in place for every eventuality. We spoke yesterday about how our colleagues across the border in New South Wales, they are fully briefed, they are on standby, and should any information or intelligence be received, they will deploy to that immediately.
Do you still have that perimeter set up and believe he's...
Yes, we have a cordon. We have a wide cordon. We have a very, very wide search area in place. We have experts, the best in the country, there doing everything we can to find that suspect.
Have police given any more thought of releasing a photo of the suspect to help people identify him?
Yes, absolutely. That photograph is in the public domain. I'd actually like to thank the media for getting that photograph out, full profiles of who that person is. I'm not going to talk to them any further, but the information out there is helpful. We will put our own out there as well, so that the public are absolutely aware of who the person is and what they look like.
The suspect has been increasingly erratic in espousing conspiracy theories and hatred of police. How much of that was known by the police before they arrived at the property?
Well, we had a good profile on that person before we went in, but I'm not going to go into any more detail about that.
Do you have any intel on his whereabouts? Have thermal imaging cameras, police made any sightings?
We have all of those assets in play, but we have not had any confirmed sightings of him at the moment.
Any intelligence suggest he could be in like a bunker or anything?
Anything's possible. He knows that area, even though we have experts in the area, he will know that area better than us. So that's why we're putting in every expert and supported by local knowledge as well.
Is it possible that he's set up traps anywhere?
Anything's possible. Our people are used to those sorts of interventions, and they're well briefed to be on the lookout.
And what's your message to anyone helping him hide out?
Don't support this person. It's very dangerous. He's killed 2 police officers and injured a third. He does not deserve anyone's assistance.
Was there a man arrested yesterday who was known to him?
I'm not aware of any arrests in relation, quite possibly, but I'm not aware of anything in relation to this matter.
Given the man has seems to also have sovereign citizen kind of beliefs, are police appropriately resourced to handle that growing sovereign citizen movement and ideology?
Look, police are well resourced. I'm not going to go into that person's background or what people believe about that person.
So we understand officers have moved away from the property. Are you able to, I suppose, give us any intel on where the focus of the search is now for this man?
There's 2 key things going on at the moment. One is the crime scene investigation, so we will remain at that address. We will remain there very well armed and equipped if he is to return. But that's in relation to the crime scene that it is.
Is there anyone?
We also have a search focus that we've spoken about in quite some detail. They're 2 separate things, but they work together. So we will remain there, and we are searching other locations nearby, and we will continue to focus on the densely populated bush area and other dwellings in that location.
What did his wife say to police?
I'm not going to go into that conversation.
Why were 10 police officers sent to his property to execute a warrant?
So the team that went there were local officers and members of the sexual offences and child investigation team.
Why 10?
I'm not going to go into any further detail because there are victims involved in the matter, and it would be very unfair and unwise for me to talk about that any further.
Can you confirm what firearms you believe he has with him?
Yes, we believe he has long arms, powerful firearms. multiple firearms. We haven't recovered any of his firearms from the scene. So we believe that the firearms he used, he is still in possession of.
Did he take a police officer's gun?
I'm not going to go into anything at the moment. The crime scene is still under search and investigation.
We understand people in town haven't heard anything from police since 6 p.m. last night. There's also no police in town still. Do they deserve a little bit more than that?
The community deserve every support from the police. We're communicating with them 24/7, and I'm going to ensure that that continues.
They say they haven't heard anything since 6 p.m. last night and there's a violent offender on the run.
That would surprise me, but I will endeavour to do everything to make sure that the public, the community there at Porepunkah are kept totally aware, and that's one of the reasons I'm standing here, to keep everyone fully briefed and updated on this horrific event.
How did Mr Freeman manage to evade 7 other officers? Did they retreat, or did he evade these officers?
No, the other 7 officers, and I met with them yesterday evening,
They haven't found him yet.
had to hunker down, shall we say, until we could get extra resource to ensure that we can extract them in a safe way. Reason being is we didn't know exactly where our suspect was. So we had to keep them safe, get specialist resource into the area to extract them in a safe way.
He's no
As you
longer
can imagine,
alive.
really traumatised by this, and we're doing everything we can to support them.
I mean, how can you not find one person, you know? Either someone's helping him or he's in a gutter somewhere already not alive. Because
I don't believe he was wounded, but I do believe that we did discharge shots in his direction.
Do you know how
he
many?
missed.
I have an idea, but I'm not going to confirm until I've had it confirmed.
Has there been any other evidence? We've already heard about potential thermal imaging, but is there any other evidence or what K9 has been able to find to narrow down the search area in any way, shape or form, or not?
Look, I totally appreciate the question, and people have a thirst for knowledge, but it's very important that we don't share too much information. We don't know where he is or whether
We don't
he
get
has
told
access
much.
to
Even the
media.
town that the gunman
So
is
we have to
running
be very
around, they don't
conscious
know
of
where
that
he is. The
as to
town
what
is
we put in the
asking
public
since 6
domain,
o'clock
other than general
last night to get an
search
update.
techniques. So I'm sure you'll appreciate that.
Australia's a bit
I
like
have
that. They don't
experience
tell you
where
much.
people on the run will find a
At
way to
all.
monitor the media, and that assists them in evading us. So I'm not going to put too much in that domain.
So there were reports that this was a bit of a commune, so were there other people there at the time when police were on?
I don't believe so. I understand the question. Definitely a suspect, partner, children. I'm not aware of other people.
Do you believe he has a phone or any communications device with him?
Again, that's the detail that I'm not going to share at the moment.
Nothing.
And also, just in the past 12 hours overnight, so what was the manhunt like overnight, especially with that weather?
Oh, it was tough going for all of our people, but they're absolutely determined and focused on finding this person. They're oblivious to those conditions when they have a mission.
Do police believe you can survive long in those conditions?
Our understanding of him is he understands bushcraft well,
Yeah, but
which
I mean,
provides a challenge for us. But we keep a absolutely open mind on what options are open to him, and those options will inform our approach.
Do you believe his actions were ideologically motivated?
Can you repeat that, please?
Do you
No.
believe his actions were ideologically motivated?
no,
Too early to say. Yeah.
he's
After
running.
the shooting, did the offender try to find the other officers who
Sexual
were in
predator.
hiding, or did he run off straight away?
Those officers are still being debriefed. In fact, our number one priority with them is to get them out safely, care for them, and I understand detailed interviews of those officers have only just commenced. I think you can appreciate that. We'll care for them before we extract all the details from them.
You mentioned there's no hostage
no
situation.
update.
Did the
They
police
haven't
believe there was a
found him.
hostage situation at any point?
We were quite confident that those people were safe from the outset, but we did have to have it confirmed. So I know there was a lot of conversation about a hostage situation. It wasn't our belief, but it was very important for us to confirm for ourselves by actually meeting with his partner
He could have
and
a
children to
bunker
ensure
somewhere
they were safe
in
and
the
that this was not
mountains.
a hostage situation. So it did
Surely.
take some time to verify.
You can find
You
one
mentioned
person.
the reason police were there a little earlier. If you sent a team of 10 there, I know it sounds as though there's some details you don't want to get into too much, but can you maybe elaborate a little bit further? A team of 10 seems quite significant. Can you talk us through when you can?
Well, part of executing a search warrant is searching. So it's quite a large area. So it required a number of staff to search the area and
Yeah.
also search for technology and other things that would provide evidence to the offences they were investigating.
So a lot of these officers were intelligence officers as opposed to...
They were search officers and investigation officers.
Are you able to give us an update on the officer who is in the AFRA currently?
Yes, I do hope to visit that officer today. My understanding is that they are out of surgery, significantly damaged, but will recover. But we'll get more on that.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
keen to visit them today.
Can you let us know if that officer was one of the local ones or one of the
No,
non-locals?
I won't go into that at the moment, but
We
we
know
will share
nothing.
those details.
yeah, when?
Yeah.
Have police advised the local schools and amenities to close today or ongoing?
I'll have to come back to you on the specifics of
Wow.
that. We have issued a number of warnings. I wouldn't be surprised if we have asked schools to remain closed. It would be quite appropriate, but what the detail of those directions are, very happy to come back to you on that.
Can I just clarify, did all of the 10 officers enter the premises or did some sort of linger back?
They were in the environment, so they were on, not necessarily inside the house and the adjoining structures.
And we've got New South Wales Police on standby. Do you have any idea if they're going to be called in or when you might call them in to help?
Look, if we have any intelligence or
Wow.
information to suggest he may have crossed the border, that information will be shared with them immediately, but they're definitely on the lookout for anything suspicious themselves. They're in the area. We work with them 24/7 on cross-border matters, so we have a very close relationship with them, obviously. So they're ready to deploy and
He looks
definitely on the lookout.
uncomfortable, eh?
Does the force have a description of what the offender was wearing at the time of the shooting?
We do. We'll get a detailed one to you because that's very important.
Just horrific.
And were police body cameras?
They had him, they shot
I'm
and
sure
missed,
they were, and they will be downloaded.
and the guy took off
Yeah,
with
that will be part of
all
the
his guns,
investigation.
and since
You touched on
yesterday
speaking with the wife
they can't
earlier.
find him. Either he's in the mountain or down a bunker or someone,
If there was, I wouldn't be sharing it in this
Helping.
forum, but thank you for the question.
I mean, surely. Thermal cameras, they can't find him.
Thanks so much.
Thank you all. Thanks for being here and
Wow.
thanks for getting this in the public domain. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
You're with ABC News. It is 9 a.m. Eastern and
That's it. Thank you, everyone. It's just an update on the gunman that's still on the run in Victoria, Australia. It's something that it's a bit baffling. I mean, the communities are still waiting to hear from the police since last night, apparently, but maybe there's no updates and that's it. I know they have heavy police. The border is not far from where he ran, and if he has help, like sovereign citizens help each other, I suppose, but the police already said don't help him, you know, and his wife and kids or partner, they went to the police station last night and they haven't been in contact with him since. And apparently the police was serving a search warrant because of sexual predator nature, and there's victims involved, and so I don't think he fled because of his personal beliefs. I think that he fled because he didn't want to be facing charges of, you know, anything relating to children's abuse. So he just took off, shot 2 police officers, took their lives, injured another one, where the police just said he's come out of surgery. But yeah, it's very tight-lipped. Even if the media wants to ask questions in Australia, there's not much in relation to charges, or you can't find information if they don't release it. They're very tight-lipped. They haven't said the names of the police officers that lost their lives yet. Obviously they want to inform their families first. Believe that some are overseas at the moment on holidays, but I think it's important that families are safe, the community as well. I know they shut down the schools because the gunman could be just, I mean, you don't know someone's state of mind, right? When you are involved in shooting, which is strange. Australia doesn't really. Melbourne is becoming a very violent state. It was voted the best city to live in, but lately we see that the crime in Victoria, there have been so many assaults with machetes in the western part of this city of Melbourne, and the east as well. It's just, we need to be vigilant, and we deserve some type of news. I mean, since yesterday 10 a.m. is now, it's been 24 hours and they haven't found him. I mean, we're talking probably hundreds and hundreds of police, helicopters, thermal cameras, and you can't find it. So anyway, if there's any more updates, I will let you guys know. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, you can't sleep, Thomas. It's is it because of, is it windy, or you had too many coffees like me? I just, after going to Webby's, I had to get up and make a coffee and put the heater on. It's pretty cold. I went to bed late because I was there for a bit, maybe 1 o'clock. But I like to go to bed early. I just can't believe that we have no updates, really. There's no much. Right. Maybe a full moon. The full moon, some people, they say they get affected by the full moon. I don't even know what moon it is normally, so. And I sleep so well. I never had any problems sleeping. It's like I you know, pass out to sleep. Interesting. But yeah, no, it's sometimes a cup of warm water, it helps. Or, well, some people have milk. Warm milk supposed to help to sleep. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, 10:22 to be exact, in Australia. And I just tend to put the TV on, see, and just watch the photos that they put on. Find that relaxing. They got amazing photographs. And of course my heater, you saw it. It's like a pretend fireplace. And you don't have to have it on, but you can have the light on. And if you have, you know, like a dark room, it's quite pretty. Just to see the fire moving. I don't even know how they do that. Oh, nice. Oh, it's just... Hey, Cynthia, sweetheart. Just trying to... I was showing the last update we had from the police in Victoria, but there's no update. They haven't found him. What we do know is that the partner and the 2 kids had nothing to do with it, and there was serving a search warrant on his property because of sexual predator. So, oh, so cute. Good night, Lauren. It's a long way away from me to be in bed. It's 10 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday, cold. You see the temperature on the side there, it's 14 degrees with a little cloud. Thomas can't sleep, Cynthia. You guys can hear me all right? I've got my earpiece on, which seems to make the sound a bit better, but yeah. Thomas can't sleep, and I was saying a glass of warm milk sometimes helps. I don't know. I can have a coffee and fall asleep. No worries. TV's a bit flaky, makes us little. No, Thomas is in Ireland. To be sure, to be sure. Top of the morning to you, darling. My wee lad. I love the, yeah. And I have, well, since I've come to Australia, I go to Irish pubs when I want to have a beer, but I don't drink at all. But yeah, sometimes I need a Guinness. I don't consider Guinness to be, you know, like alcohol. I consider it to be healthy, full of iron. Yarrow. What time is it there, Cynthia? You're in Florida, yeah? Yes. It's better not to. I mean, we don't need it. I can live without it. And sometimes I don't even remember there is such thing as a drink. Not really. It was something that I never really... And my father worked in a beer company for 45 years. For Pilsener. It was a German beer company. And they made beer. We had free beer. Oh, okay. So not too bad, $8.25. You still can have maybe an hour to yourself, put your feet up, go and have a bath, just grab a book. I was planning to maybe, you know, just do a few steps outside of the house, but just gonna relax for a few days, I think. The weather certainly doesn't. Look at that, that's so beautiful, the sky. And full of stars. That's how I see it up when I'm up in the bush up there. Northern Victoria. Well, I don't know what time is it in Ireland at the moment. Oh, I love to go there, really, truly. I see too many movies. And then I want to go places. I read a lot of books, and then I want to go to those places too. There's a book that is amazing called The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and became a bestseller. But it's based in Barcelona, pre-Civil War, and it's such a wonderful story that you want to go to Barcelona, you know. Back in those days when they had those lamps. Oh my goodness, Thomas. Well, maybe I can sing a lullaby. I can't sing. Noni noni, we say in Spanish. Noni noni noni, noni noni noni. Noni noni no. We say, este niño lindo se quiere dormir y el pícaro sueño no quiere venir. I said, this beautiful child wants to go to sleep, but the cheeky sleep time doesn't want to come. It's a cute song. I used to sing it to my kids when they were, you know, very, very, very little. They were good sleepers. Este niño lindo se quiere dormir y el pícaro sueño no quiere venir. Well, you know, they can't strike me for that because their song has, I don't think it's got a copyright. YouTube, I told you, Thomas, in the last live that, you know, there happened to be just a bit of news about football and the FA, you know, FA Cup by Liverpool. And I had to either trim that off or they're going to block it worldwide. It's just the news. They were showing the tennis, the US Open, which I follow a little bit. I'll see what's going on. And we have a race at the moment in Australia going through the red centre of Australia. They're solar cars, and they're racing like 3,000 kilometers. And I was watching that a little bit. It's crazy. And they get into a place called Porepunkah, which I've been and stayed for a long time, that I was talking about my opal necklace. I found that opal, and yeah, it's just wonderful to see, you know, a lot of stuff happening here in Australia, and then in the state there's a loose cannon running around with guns in the mountains. It's a bit concerning. Maybe you should get one of these heaters, Thomas. I put the rain. I like the rain. The sound of the storm. We had a real one last night. Sometimes the sound of the rain makes you want to cuddle up and sleep. I wonder what it is about water. I find it calming. The ocean, there's rivers, the rain. But anyway, I will let you guys get some rest, put your feet up. Thank you for tuning in. I think I'm just going to wait until they catch him and we have any news to be told, you know. All right, my sweethearts. Well, you have a good night. And grab your pillow. I will. Hopefully we'll know something by this afternoon. I mean, it's freezing cold. It's been raining. The terrain up there is very slippery, and yeah. I love you guys. I'm gonna go and relax for a bit. Thomas, I hope you can sleep. Good to see you. For liking, subscribing. I've got a few people that come up. Hopefully I can get out of the house soon and show you guys around the city. It'll be exciting. City of Melbourne. Alright, have a great night. Bye. Bye-bye.